Okay. Oh my. Hello. So welcome to my home. I bet you didn't think you'd be in your dental hygienist home, but we get a fireside nutrition counseling session. Um, so hello, Madison. Um, I So after reviewing your food log and kind of the background of your health history, it just kind of outlined some overviews. So obviously, we got Madison Wood here, BMI of 31 and BEE. So that just kind of breaking that down, that's talking about what energy you take in and what energy you output. And so we had kind of talked about your goal of maintaining your weight. And so right now, the reality is to maintain your current weight, you need 2,492 calories. So the reality is right now you're energy deficient, so you're actually losing weight. So not meeting your hope of maintaining weight. So that's just an aside. We'll go into that a bit later. The dental considerations we'll be thinking about are focusing on systemic nutrition and your teeth sensitivity, which you marked on your medical history. So, some of the nutritional considerations are your caloric deficit and mineral deficit. So, we'll kind of get into that, but kind of breaking it down, topical or diet counseling has to do with creating an acidic environment in your mouth. So, like, you pop in a cough drop and it's in your mouth for like 40 minutes, contributing to like adding sugar or things that eat away at the enamel or build plaque. That's talking about the surface of your teeth, but we're going to be focusing more on systemic or nutritional counseling, which addresses how your whole body relates to creating a healthy environment for your teeth, or not environment, but like ability for your teeth to fight off disease and bacteria. So, pro for you is you have really low risk for cavities, and so we're just going to focus on your nutrition. So, that was a zoom in, zooming out. We're going to look at my plate plan right here. I have a huge mouse, so you can kind of see what I'm looking at. The cool thing that you have going on is you're at least meeting your five categories of foods. There is no category that you omitted. This is just one of your days, but in all five of your days, you had that. And so the thing that we'll be addressing is just the quantity and making sure that it's nutrient dense. So here you kind of have examples. So you had 1 cup of fruit this day, but your need was about 2 cups. So it would be pretty easy to just conceptualize of like, okay, maybe I'll have half a cup of dried fruit, and that will change this no to a yes. The thing to be encouraged by is you are meeting your active requirements for an adult or for your age group. So the USDA recommends that you spend about 2.5 hours per week, and you're well above that. So doing great in activity and movement, and you did not have an excess of sugars, saturated fats, or sodium. So you're doing really great in some categories. It's just increasing your food intake. So this kind of is an overview, something you can look at later as you're kind of brainstorming how to increase your food intake in the categories of fruit, veggies, grains, and protein and dairy. So kind of going on. So here I took your 3-day food uh, log diary and averaged everything out. So on average, you're intaking 1,645 calories. And you can kind of see across this line in carbs, fat, protein, and so on. But to maintain your current weight, you would need about this, but with exercise, you would need more. So just very generally, at the lowest amount, you are in a deficit of daily 555 calories. So that just kind of helps you visualize the what you're what path you're kind of on of a deficit. And for vitamins and minerals, this salmon color right here indicates where you're in a deficit, and this is a surplus. So we're good on vitamin A and vitamin C, but calcium and iron are low. So calcium could be, I'm going to make an argument that it could be affecting your ability to strengthen your teeth enamel, and that might also be a contributing factor to why you have teeth sensitivity. And iron also can, low iron can contribute to having gum disease. And so, and if you're of childbearing age, which you definitely are, uh, iron is really important if you do want to have kids. So th these are things to be considering. So it's a lot of information to uptake. So thanks for tracking with me. And let's see, I have no idea what time we're at. Whoopsie daisy. But something to praise you for is obviously healthy cardio routine. It looks like you are active, you meet your requirements, you're hitting all five of those food groups, and you have an excellent score for you're not at high risk for having cavities, or and you at least on your medical history, you did not have any previous history of cavities. Is that right, or do we need to update
Yeah.
that? Okay, cool. Sweet. So we're gonna kind of something that has helped me, a tool is the GROW model, and that pretty much just broken down as an acronym for goals, reality, options, and will. So when wanting to change something or move towards a goal, the GROW model helps you to grow. So the goal that I had for us, and we can kind of talk about, is having excellent oral health and maintaining weight. So we might come back to the goal and realize maybe we want to adjust it. But right now, from what I read and what we've talked about so far, I was able to see those as our main goals. The reality, though, is that you do have tooth sensitivity to hot and cold, but otherwise there's no blaring issues. But there is that sensitivity we want to address. The reality is you have good rhythm of cardio, but have a high BMI. And the reality is if you want to stay your current weight, right now you're on track to lose weight. So it might not be hitting that goal of maintaining. Some options. This is going to be the hefty section of just, we're just brainstorming. So options for your care plan could be it's always you have the option to do nothing. So you know what your reality is, you know what your goal is. Could do nothing. That wouldn't help you reach your goal, but it's an option. You could take a log of what foods or drinks give you sensitivity or triggers in reference to your caloric intake. An option could be I could give you a consult to a registered dietitian for who could maybe help you with a pescatarian specific diet because I'm less specialized in that area. Limiting foods, lowering BMI, maintaining BMI, and then I just have some specific things in either of those categories. We want to make sure you're getting those nutrients. So this is just brainstorming. Is there any other options you'd want me to add of like that you think you could add?
I think those are all great.
Okay. Okay.
Gave me a lot of options. Yeah.
Yeah, a bit much.
Yeah.
Um, so, well, taking a moment to kind of look through all those, is there anything that you think moving forward, just focusing on like maybe one or two, we'd want to write down? I'm actually going to be writing it out as we kind of discuss here that you'd say, yeah, I could do that.
I will take a log of the sensitivity and triggers that could kind of help me limit out the foods that are hot and cold and kind of help me figure out what makes me sensitive. So I would be able to do that.
Okay.
And then I would also do maintain BMI. That way I can also increase my caloric intake, like kind of killed two birds with one stone.
Sweet. So, you're gonna see my poor typing skills. Embarrassing. But I think with that maintaining the BMI, we'll want to just focus in on the calcium dense foods and iron rich foods. So I will just quick link us. So I will give you this link, but when thinking about foods that are rich in dairy, you can use this website. It's called My Plate by the USDA, and they just give you ideas of non-dairy sources of calcium if you are maybe lactose intolerant or I know that doesn't fit into pescatarian, but if you're just looking for some inspiration, they're really a good resource. And same with iron-rich foods. I know because you are pescatarian, you have less like cow meat other than fish. Your iron resources, you have to be a little bit more creative than what the American diet kind of provides for you. So, you can read here just on some, they even give you some recipes and ideas for where to get that protein or the iron, um, nutrition. So,
Perfect.
sweet.
You.
So, what we'll do is, um, now that we know what to move forward with, we'll kind of talk about next goals and checking in. So you'll have that log of tooth sensitivity, and then we want to see you kind of raise your amounts of calcium and iron. So that would look like 3 cups of dairy instead of your like averaging 1 cup, and 6 ounces of protein instead of 2 ounces. And so I'll send you those resources and you can decide to have some flexibility yourself. But let's check in 1 month, 1 month check in. And then if during that time you just want to keep your food log, and we'll go over that when you come in a month of just like you won't be logging every day for that, but if you have a high tooth sensitivity, then you can just log it and we'll go over the triggers. So that's it. I'm pretty sure I went over time. So great. I'll see you in 1 month. You can talk to our front desk lady and she'll schedule you.
Perfect. Thank you.
Okay. I don't know how to stop this. Okay, thank you. That's pretty much all.